All right, for those that don't know me and for recording purposes, my name is Sam Gibson. I know we have another, oh, there she is, Samantha Grow. Sam Grow, so there's kind of two Sam Gs. Today we are doing mock booking and we are going to use Vacation Express. I know a lot of people use Vax, which is a good one because you can do multiple destinations, things like that. This is just one that's for quick. I kind of use this for like real quick and easy mock bookings. Like when I run out of time and they have some really great deals. And they're all inclusive. So I kind of really like that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. All right. So let me do this real quick. Sorry, having to move some stuff around on my screen again, as usual. Just trying to see.
Yes.
So this is going to be, I believe.
Yes. That might be the best game. Let's get the.
All right.
Oh.
Just making sure that everybody is muted for the first part of it. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to put in the chat the link to get to this. There we go. Okay, I believe this is the right link. Somebody test it out. Let me know if it works. I'm hoping it should take you to this page. Might actually be. I'm logging out so I can log back in so I can show you. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Heidi and Brooke. Thank you. Okay. I'm just signing in. If you haven't registered with them, I believe it's real easy to register. I don't remember it taking, like a week or so to get your information. I want to say it was pretty quick. Okay, so this is going to be the main page that you come to. This right here is already showing, some of their deals and stuff. And then if you scroll down, I am going to be doing like an actual specialty training on going through, the actual, I don't know, sometime in April, I just signed up. But for today, since we were doing mock bookings, if you guys click on packages, and this is where it might get a little tricky. Right here is the list of all the cities that they fly in and out of. This is on a regular basis. This is through their airlines. This is all included in the package price. So if you're following along with me and you're doing this with me, I want you to go ahead through this list and pick the one that is closest to you. For me, for instance, I live in Oklahoma. There isn't Oklahoma City on there. So I am going to do it from Dallas because that's like a 2-hour drive, not that big a deal. And for most people that live around me, they're even closer. So I'm going to choose Dallas, and then you can pick which one you want to go to. Like I said, this is all for the Caribbean. So they've got Cancun, the Riviera Maya, Punta Cana, Jamaica, the Bahamas, Cozumel, Los Cabos, Puerto Vallarta, the Caribbean, West Coast, Mexico, and Central America. So I think today, let's see, we got kind of like spring breakish. So let's say Cancun. And what this is going to do is this is going to pop up with all their different packages that they have. All their inclusive vacation packages include round trip. This is if you choose one of those cities, like I said, that are listed. You can go over here and you can fill it out closest to you. Let me show you what that's going to look like. Maybe. Yeah, I gotta go all the way down here because I'm in Oklahoma. Okay, so there's Oklahoma City. So I'm just gonna click. This is just an example. This isn't the one that I'm actually using today. So we're gonna keep the same. Let's say, yep, we'll depart when it tells me to, and we'll come back when it tells me to. Oh, I don't think I want 6 adults though. We'll try 2 adults. Yes, we all want deals. Okay. And then for this, it's up to you how you want to do it. But I usually do like economy basic or above for my clients. So on this one, I'm going to say comfort. They're going on and on. Why not? We'll throw that in there. And then you just hit continue. Maybe. There it goes. Like my slow computer. And this is the only, I was telling Ashley before we kind of started that this is where it might get a little tricky. Because if you are using an airport that is not on their list, you have to watch for departure times and arrival times, because sometimes it'll be like the next day that they'll be arriving or getting out or something like that. So luckily this already came up, so I'm just going to keep it like it is. And this is showing that they'll leave on the 19th of April at 7:50 a.m. and they'll arrive at their destination in Cancun at 3:30 p.m. And then on their return trip, they'll be leaving at 3:15 p.m. on the 24th, and they'll arrive back in Oklahoma City at 11:46 p.m. And then you can go through and you can kind of see like the different rooms, different rates. This is what it is per person if you choose to use those. When it comes to the all-inclusives, I always usually go for the 5-star ratings. You can go for, lesser than that, but I figure if they're going to go all inclusive and they're paying for it anyway, you might as well give them, the most comfort and everything that they can get. Most bang for their buck. So I would go for probably this one. And this one starts at $20.98 per person. This right here, if you're looking at this is what tells you. The AI just means it's all inclusive. The FP means that there's a family plan. So family friendly. Usually if there's a family plan, it's because they have like, kids stay free or eat free or play free or something like that. They might have some sort of a kids package included in those. And the AO was adults only. That's what I thought. So if you are looking for, like a couple that just they don't want to be around kids or anything like that, when you're looking at these, check and make sure it says AO. That means adults only. You ain't gonna find any kids there running around and splashing in the pool and all that stuff. So this is the one I would probably choose. It's the Planet Hollywood Adult Scene Cancun Resort. It's 5-star, all inclusive, adults only. And then I would post that it was $21.49 per person. And that includes the airfare, that includes everything. And I'll just show you real quick. So we have an option. They do have a junior suite swim out, all inclusive, available. So we're going to click on that one. And you see prices raised on that because it is a swim out. I have a feeling that one of my tabs is nope. Okay. So yeah, so you can do it this way if you choose to, and then it would give you your itinerary, and then you can go from there. But right now I am going to do it, like I said, through the packages. So let me go back. I just kind of wanted to show you that you can put in your own hotel and you can pick the rooms and specifics. It does do it that way. Like I said, you just gotta kind of watch if you're choosing the flights. I try to go with whatever it gives me because there's reasons that those are available. If you go in and you try and switch the flight times around and stuff, that's where it might kind of get a little tricky because they only have so many flights coming in and out of the destination. Okay, so back to packages. Oh, I did. And like I said, I'm going to click on Dallas Fort Worth. And what did I say? Cancun. So we're going to click on Cancun. This is just the easy, simple way of doing a mock booking, slapping it on your Facebook and getting it all done and ready to go. Oh, sorry, Crystal, I just saw that. The dates that I chose, it was kind of whatever. That was a 3-night deal. So I think it did from like April 19th to April 24th is what it gave me. Ashley, as far as I know I'm answering some of the chats as we go because I don't want to lose anybody. As far as the dates that I use for my mock bookings, it just depends. Sometimes you can get like really good deals like right away, so I just kind of look for them. Sometimes they'll have them for like, you know, weekend deals coming up, like this one was April 19th. That was probably the first one that they had available that's, you know, coming up soon. So that's only like a month away. If I'm deciding to do one for like the 4th of July, it just depends. I kind of do them on based on holidays and seasons and things like that. Sometimes I'll do it like a week in advance for a weekend getaway. It just depends. Kelly, as far as mock bookings go, it just depends. I have another full-time job personally. So I do mine, I try to do at least 2 to 3 times a week. They suggest that you do it every day, but if that doesn't necessarily work for your schedule per se, because I know life happens, everybody's got kids or, you know, other things going on, activities, appointments, things like that. The best way, if you want to do it that way, there are avenues through Facebook, Canva, and some other platforms that you can schedule them in advance so that they will post, and some of them will even post them to your groups. So if you go in and schedule those, you can get like 5 in a week. Or if they say like what they want you to post like 3 times a day or something. So if it's 3 times times 5, so 15 times a week, if you really maxed it out. Me, like I said, I usually do about 2 to 3 times a week, and I try to do at least 2 mock bookings on those days. Just because of time, like I said, it's just my schedule is a little off than everybody else's. Okay, so back to this. All right, and now if you scroll down, like I said, a lot of these are going to be from 3 nights to 5 nights. So I usually will go for the 5-night one unless I'm doing, like I said, like a little extended weekend thing. These are more summer deals because, you know, right here it's showing that they start May 1st or from May 1st, and this one runs through 6/30. So if you click on, if you click on the little information icon, it pulls up and it shows you about the hotels, gives you the highlights and things right here. This is what I would copy and paste. So I'm going to show you that in just a second. This one here, though, is only a 3-star hotel. So I wouldn't necessarily go for that one. Seeing on that one, it's showing kind of 4-star, but I would go, like I said, I go for the 5 stars. So this one right here, this is a 5-star. Looks pretty decent enough. Prices are not that bad. So I'm gonna click on this just to read up a little bit. Okay, and this is not an adults only. Just so you know, right here it says greatest in all ages vacations. So that being said, just know that this is not an adults only. They do have a adults only suite at the TRS Coral Hotel. So it's a separate hotel section within the resort. So they do have adult only options.
I'm allowed to go there, but I can't go with you because I could get arrested if I do that.
Oh no, what's this?
Brittany, it just depends, because if you click on the deal, it all depends on the airport. When you're flying out of certain airports, it does cost a little, the price is going to vary. So if I'm doing it from mine, it may not be as expensive as wherever you're doing it from. It has to do with the distance that the airport is going from to the location.
Well, I think that's the only choice we have.
Okay, taxes, let me see.
What? No way. Why did Toys R Us make such an unfair policy like that? I must tell you.
So everybody knows there's a question in the chat. When she clicks on the deal, and she puts it in, it's given 2 different prices. I'm trying to see.
On Messenger.
Oh, so you were talking about a Toys R Us tweet that was posted 30 minutes ago.
If I did it that one. All right. Like we're comparing at the moment, but I think I messed up because I think mine still says like 6 adults. Yeah. I did. Okay, when you did it, did you do it for 1 adult? Or did you do it for a couple?
So I think I usually do it for 2 people.
Okay.
So is that, so do they want it just as the 1 adult?
Yeah, because that's what it is. This is just per person. Like when you see these prices, it's going to be per person. So like over here on the side, if I just put in 1 adult and then click it, it should, oh, what I do?
Okay.
Oh, it messed
Because
up
I've been
my-
playing around with Vacation Express for like the last week, and I'll just pick the deal, like say the one was I think it was Dallas, and it was like 709. So I would put in that exactly, and that's when it would give me like an extra $100 or something like that instead of the exact 709. But I didn't know that I had to put 1 person. I thought it would
because
just
all these
auto-populate the
prices, any
709
of the
per
prices
person.
on the deals, that is the main thing. It's per person. So if it says, you know, like 7 whatever, it's going to be it's for 1 person. So if you add the second person, it's going to go up a little bit in the price.
Okay, I'll look at that.
And I'm still playing around with it too, so bear with me.
No, you're good. Thank you.
It's like, yeah, I haven't quite figured all of it, but I'm getting there. It's a learning process. Everything is. Okay. Back on track. Sorry, guys. If you do any of my trainings, I try to help everybody as we go along. So I'm a little unorthodox. So if I lose you, just kind of stop me and be like, hey, what are you doing? Okay. So this one right here. So I'm going to show you, this is how I would do this. So I'm going to pick this one right here. I am not going to include the name of the resort in my mock booking. I do that right now because I do not have enough clients yet. Once you start gaining clients, then I don't mind, putting in the resorts and stuff like that. Certain deals, if it is exclusive to that resort, then I will put the name of the resort. But for most of my mock bookings, I want them to come to me and get the information from me. So I do not include that. If I include it, they can just go on their computer and they can pull up Expedia or Travelocity or, any of those booking.coms, and they can book it themselves. So I don't want that to happen. I'm not going to put that in my mock booking. But I am going to trying to think of how I want to word this. Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop sharing a second. I have to share between screens or something because my thing gets all messed up. Okay, let me do that. Okay, now we're going back to sharing. Hopefully I've got it. There it is. Okay, can everybody see my Facebook page? This is my personal Facebook. Gotta switch that real quick. So now I'm taking it to my business page. Okay. So now I just want to get to where I can post it. I'm gonna get all this pulled up, and then it's just back and forth. There we go. Okay. So on this one, I'm going to put, I'm just gonna copy and paste. And I'm gonna take that out because I'm only doing the one. And I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna say 5 nights. Actually, I can do both. That way it kind of gives them an option too, like which one they would prefer. So yeah, I guess I do need to put. Oops. And paste it. And I don't like all that space in between there, so I always go back through and kind of edit and like pull it and make it look a little bit more appealing. And then I'm going to come over here. And this is where I'm going to put in that this is a 5-star resort. Five-star resort, 5 nights from, and I always put PP for per person. That way they know that price is for one person. You can add it up if you wanted to, like you could take that 1279 and times it by 2, and then whatever amount you get, you can say this amount per couple. If you choose to do it that way. I just know that a lot of the times it's a little easier for people to understand if you just say per person. The other thing that I found is if you say per person per night, people will really get mean about that. So I try not to include, I will do either or. So I will say per night, double occupancy, or I will say per person. But I try not to put per person per night because your average client, it's going to confuse them and they're going to think that it's a lot more than what it actually should be. Okay, so 5-star resort, 5 nights from, and I'm just gonna go back, and now this is where, and yep, we can copy and paste that too. Is everybody seeing, is it okay? Like, is it switching back and forth okay? It's not like blanking off on you? Because I've had that happen. And just want to make sure everybody can still see what I'm doing here. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Jenny. Oh dear, I think I just messed up. Hit the wrong button. You're back. I will say one thing about, I hope it doesn't. Go back. Okay, cancel. Like, where did you go with my post? Oh, it's right there. Right in front of my face. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna put that on there. And then I'm gonna go in here to these highlights, which, like I said, it was just that little information icon on the side. And I just kind of highlight all this. We're gonna copy and paste it. And then like I said, I just kind of go through and I make sure everything is spaced out right. I think it's 670. And you can kind of do this up too. You can add little emojis, little things if you want to next to them. Sometimes I do that if I have a little bit more time, if I'm not in such time crunch. Or if I schedule them, you can do them that way. Oh, that's where we see, and that's why you always want to make sure that you proofread it. Four pools. There we go. And that gives them a highlight of everything that it is. It's an all-inclusive plan. It's beachfront, 670 rooms, 7 restaurants, 15 bars, family friendly, 4 pools, spa, fitness center, and nightly entertainment. And then you can kind of go through these too, some of the amenities, if there's like different amenities than what most resorts offer. Like if one resort offers like scuba diving or snorkeling or something with their all-inclusive package, I may add that in there. If they have like, you know, water sports, or they offer, you know, different types of things that some resorts don't. Most of these I don't. This right here is just yeah, okay. So this is talking about like their tennis center that's located near them, current promotions that they have right now, which is what we're doing. That's what I was looking for. So I wanted to kind of put in so on the adults only, I think I'm going to put in adults only options at neighboring resort. No, I would just put adults only options, and then I always put prices vary per departing airport, because that's one of the things, like I said, with Vacation Express, if you change the airports and stuff, or if you're flying out from, you know, farther north than you are south, the price is gonna vary. And you always want to put prices and availability subject to change. Oops. There we go. And then this is where I'm going to put usually like contact. I usually will say call or text. You can kind of come up with however you want to put it in there. I'm just going to say all inclusive too, and then put my phone number. Or you can say, or visit our website, and then put your link to that. You could put in there like fill out my form and put a link to your form. There's all different ways you can tag it. It just depends on how you want to do it. You can list all of them, all the different ways if you want to. It just varies. Sometimes if I want them to like, you know, do that specific, or if they have, like if it was a Disney one, I would probably put my form, and I would also include the link to my Disney mini site. This one, I'm just putting my phone number, and I'm gonna direct them to my website. I'm posting it on my Facebook page, so they should already see that. When I share it into other groups, it's already going to be from my Facebook business page. So I usually don't tag my Facebook business page in it. But you can tag your LinkedIn, you can tag, you know, whichever one you want to direct them to. That's where I usually put the link to my link tree. because the Linktree has all my different links all together. So normally I'll put my link to my Linktree, and then that way if they click on it, they can go in and see everything that I offer, all my services. They can book it themselves if they wanted to, anything like that. Better website. And then you can always put licensed and certified. If I knew how to spell right. Or licensed and bonded, certified, however you wanted to say that. Jenny, I don't know. I've not heard that so much. You want to put your outside links in it because that's what they're going to click on to bring the business to you. So I'm not sure. It might depend though. I know that if you try to share, like I did it, I think a couple days ago, I tried to share my link into a group and they denied it because I shared an outside link. So you got to watch the rules in where you're posting, because if they have really strict rules on it, then yes, they won't even publish your post if it's got different links in it. So you got to watch the rules, but because everything is like clickbait is what they call it. So the more that people can click on and it draws them to whatever you're trying to get them to, the better it looks on your analytics. Does that make sense? So I don't know why. I'm not sure.
I think
I'm
she's
not sure
talking about the algorithm type of stuff. Because Facebook has, like, if you put certain links in, because technically Facebook is supposed to be for social networking and not for selling.
Yeah.
What I've been doing lately too is putting my information in the comments. And
Yeah, that's another. I've been
I'll
getting
put
by
in
with
my
that.
posts like check it, check for the, check the comments for my information.
Mhm.
Just because Facebook, I mean, I'm a believer of you will never, ever, ever be able to compete or beat a algorithm with Facebook because it's constantly changing.
It
It's just
is.
finding the time that
Works for you.
that works and it
Right.
actually going through. So
I'm glad you said that, because that is another thing when I do like my scheduled post and it tells me like when they think I should post it. I don't post it at those times because
yeah,
I kind of watch my own, and I
yeah,
see like when a lot of my friends or a lot of my, people are on during the
yep.
day, and that's when I post it.
Honestly, it's a lot of play with words.
It is.
Um, and what I've found most successful with social media and Facebook is on my personal page. If I know I'm going to be doing like a really, well, what I think would be a really good mock booking, and I share it to my page, I
Uh-huh.
always, before I do that, post it to my personal page. I'll do what I call a power post. Normally, if anything with kids, animals, whatever, people go crazy for it. So,
They do. They do.
um, so what I'll do is I'll do like a power post on my page, and then when I go to share my mock booking on my page, it's going to put that mock booking in their feed because you just went like kind of above and beyond with that post. So it kind of bumps that post up. So that's
Right.
a little thing I've learned.
The other thing that I've learned too is your hashtags.
Yes.
I have gotten so many views, and some followers just by hashtags.
Yep. And I don't go
So
crazy. Like I've
that's
learned,
another.
yeah, and I've learned too, like to not go, I maybe use like 5 hashtags and that's it, not like 15, 20, like
Right.
where your hashtags are more than your posts.
Yes. You do
So,
not want to do that either, because people,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, if social
And
media
be
like
careful.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and you always want to be careful when you're doing, like, if you're sharing, let's say you do a post or you do a mock booking and you just try to share it and you go to share it to like LinkedIn. If you have your hashtags already in the post and you copy and paste those, you need to go back in and look at the hashtags, because sometimes they will be like an entire, like it breaks it completely down, and your hashtag that was like this big is now a whole page worth of
Yes.
URL, yada, 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 yada,
Yep.
yada.
Yep.
So that's another thing you want to definitely make sure when if you're going to copy and paste hashtags, you need to double check them. Yeah, and that can be too, because you just got to watch it. You got to read the rules. All of Facebook, all of your social media platforms, they have rules in the groups. You definitely, I got my comment removed this morning because somebody specific, and it was in a Disney group. Ugh, go figure. You cannot advertise that you're a travel agent in the Disney groups unless you're specifically in a Disney travel agent group. So there's one that I'm in that they do allow travel agents in. However, we are not allowed to comment that we are travel agents. We are not allowed to comment, oh, I can help you. We are not allowed to comment, like there's a lot. You can't say, you can't DM them unless they specifically, ask you to. So you can't say, hey, I just DM'd you. You'll get kicked out. So there's just a lot that you got to watch when you're posting in these groups. Make sure that you read the rules. Like Ashley was saying, it is a play on words. Anybody that does like team building and stuff, when you're posting your job posts on LinkedIn, it's all a play on words. If you put the wrong word in there, they will completely ban it and shut you down. So be very specific, but watch what the rules say. Because there are some that, yes, you may not be able to put, your hashtags if they go to links. Most hashtags, though, are just, it's like keyword searches. So when somebody Googles, for instance, when they Google, say, vacations, then if you hashtagged one of your mock bookings for vacations, your mock booking will pop up in their search. That's the whole thing behind the hashtags. But yeah, if you do it and it takes you like to an actual link, to like a website or something, then yes, most of them will probably ban that because they do not want, I don't know why, but they don't want the outside. It's like they don't want to help promote the outside people, even though they invite them into their groups and let them join. But then, like I said, you're just really restricted. The best thing to do is probably to find groups that are public, that don't have that aren't private, that don't have a lot of rules. Look into those kinds. But even then, you got to be careful, because if one person gets offended in the group from something that you commented, then they're gonna take your comment out, or they could throw you out of the group or whatever. So
Can I say something that I've been doing with my groups?
Mhm.
So what I've been doing with joining groups, because I used to never join groups, like literally I did not deal with groups. So what I've been doing is when I join a group, instead of throwing in mock bookings right away, I've been doing an intro post
Yeah,
about
yeah,
who I am and what I've been doing. I'm a person that never forgets a face. So what I do is I have this like nice picture of me with
right.
my logo on it, and I do this intro post, and I'm telling you, like, it literally works
It
because
does.
I took my daughter to a adult day program. I have a special needs daughter that I'm touring places for her for after high school, And I walk in and they're introducing me to staff, and this woman's like, Ashley Evans, the travel agent. I have no clue who this woman is, but she's seen my post in
Mhm.
I live in Surprise, Arizona, in one of the groups of my local area. And like, it honestly, it made me feel like really freaking good because I was like, well, dang. Like, so that's what I've been
It
doing.
does.
I do
It
an intro
does.
post
Yeah.
and then I start, and then I'll start doing mock bookings in there. So that's one thing that I've found a lot of like success, especially with people who I don't know joining, and
Right.
following my page.
Right. Yeah, I've been doing that too, actually, because there was one that I've been in for a while and I was like, you know what? And so the other day I did the same thing. I'll pull it up here in a second. Let me see. I'm trying to add photos right now. Sorry. I know we keep getting back and forth, but that's how my trainings go. I can't help it. I like to talk to people. Okay, so for the pictures, I'm just gonna kind of go by what they have. So I just right clicked on this and I'm gonna say save image as, and I'm really hoping it doesn't do it like it's a thumbnail type of thing. And why does it keep going back to that one? And yes, I have like folders for everything. All the different mock bookings I do. That's what all these are, different ones that I've done. And I usually break it down in like subfolders. I just trying to get that organized a little bit, and I haven't done it yet. So this one though. Oops, I don't think I can spell today. I think that's still wrong. It is. Still looks wrong to me, but we're going with it. Okay. I'm going to open that up, and then all I'm doing, when you save photos too, just another little pointer, you want to make sure most times that when it's saving as a JPG file. If you try to do it as PNG or any of those other ones, a lot of times they will not post. It'll come up really weird. It won't come up, like you won't be able to, you have to kind of convert them to JPG or whatever the wherever you're trying to post it will accept it. 90%, I would say, probably all, maybe 100% of everything will accept JPG. As far as all the other formats, not so much. So make sure that when you're saving pictures and stuff and posting your pictures in your mock bookings, that I would definitely try to make sure that they are JPG. Okay, so I'm saving that one. And I like the look at that one. All right, good. I usually do like 3 to 4 pictures. Depending if they're really pretty, I might do a few extras. I usually try to do one of the room, of the outside of the resort, any kind of extras, like maybe the pool, if they have a really cool like bar dining room or something. But I wouldn't do this one just because it tells you what the name of it is and people can look that up and find out what resort it is and they can go book it themselves. So yeah, you just kind of want to be cautious about how you post certain things. If you're wanting to gain the clients, if you want to bring them to you, you got to give them a reason to come to you. Okay, let's see if I can find one more, and then I'll be. Yeah, get off there. That looks like a good one. Everybody still with me? I haven't lost anybody yet. Everybody good? Like not falling asleep yet? I hope not. Okay, So then I'm going to go back to my Facebook page and we are going to add photos, and it should, of course not. Just so you know, that little baby that keeps popping up, that was my niece like 16 years ago. She is now nothing as cute and sweet as she was then. But then again, I don't think they ever are. They grow out of that nice phase. Okay, so now this is another trick that some people may not know. I know a lot of times if you click on one picture, it'll just let you open up like the one picture at a time. These little boxes right here, if you click right inside of them, they put little check marks, and then you can open them all. And they all go in there. One fell swoop, and now that's all I had to do. Okay. So that's what I've got for that. Oh, and this is something that I usually do. This is just me because I'm quirky like that. But I usually, because my punchline or my headliner for all my posts and stuff is break away from reality in a world full of wander. Since my business name is Wonderful Breakaways. So I'll usually put something up there like breakaway to Cancun. Or wonderful, like I always somehow try to incorporate, like incorporate, I guess, my business name into my post. Don't ask me why, just something that I kind of want people to like when they hear it, they think of me, so my business in my post. And then like right here, I will say something like to start planning your oops. And then that way it shows them that it's not exclusive to Cancun. We have other options. So it's just like Caribbean. And then right here is when I'm going to put my hashtag. There. The very first one that I always do on my hashtag is my business name. Not going to get around that. When you first start doing your business name, it may, like, it's not going to be created yet, but once you start using it more, like now I've got almost 1,000 clicks on my hashtag. So it's kind of like once you start it, you create it, and then the more you use it, the more it's going to become a thing. And it'll get popular and people will actually look for it. What do we say? So then I'm going to say like hashtag Cancun because that's where we're going. And then I'll put like all inclusive resorts. And then I will probably put like round trip. Round trip airfare. And then I always put one that I like, the one that I do is live, laugh, and travel. And you can do more if you wanted to. I try to keep it, like I said, very minimum. I try to get the highlights of whatever I put in my mock booking for what I put on my hashtag. I usually include like I said, number one is always my business name. Then I will put the destination, hashtag the destination, hashtag, like if it's whatever kind of, rated resort it is, if it's a 5-star, if it's an all-inclusive. If it's a family vacation, I will hashtag family trip or family vacation. You too, Ashley. Thank you for all your tips. I will see you next time. Okay. So I'm just going through the chat real quick. Erica, it depends. I kind of was trying to put it on all platforms, and then I went to regionals this weekend, and I got to talking to another agent, and they were very informative. That she kind of told me that she used to do that too, but it kind of got too much because you're trying to remember what you posted and where you posted and what times you have to post on all these different platforms. So what I'm going to start implementing is she and another agent, there's been a couple of them I've seen doing this now. I would say pick like 4 of your best platforms that you get the most responses on and post to those. So if you get a lot of views on TikTok, post to TikTok. If you get a lot of interest or, pins on your Pinterest, post to Pinterest. If you get a lot of your stuff on Facebook, post to Facebook. Instagram, I would pick like maybe your top 4 that you really get some really good responses from, and just focus on posting to those. Once you get those under your belt, then you can kind of branch out or pick another 4 and start posting to those to keep your business going. And I agree, Kendra. I don't know what happened to the no rules thing. Like everybody got greedy and selfish or something. Oh, suppliers. It just, I kind of find maybe the top 5 suppliers that I really am comfortable working with. And those are the ones that, I usually do most of my mock bookings from. But the number one way that I actually get my mock bookings is from my emails. Once you sign up with all those suppliers, they send you so many deals in your emails. So a lot of these, that's how I found like the Vacation Express, and that's how I kind of started looking into it and what it was and stuff. Is because I kept getting these emails and I was like, man, those deals are awesome. And so now I'll get the email, it'll pop up a deal. I click on that deal, it takes me right to it on the website. I just copy and paste and put in, like my extra stuff. And that's all I have to do. It's 10 minutes, I'm done at the most. And and like I said, most of the time they come right out of my emails. But if you're going to do it this way, like I said, I would pick maybe like 4 or 5 of your top suppliers that get to know like what you're really comfortable with, which ones are selling more maybe, because you don't want to do your mock bookings on resorts that have bad reviews. And Erica, I have found that if you do, you tend to get more credibility because people realize that you're not just one of these phonies out there, trying to sell your spiel, and that you're not a scam. If you actually post, like put your numbers and stuff on there, I've just found that I get more positive responses that way. So it's an either or. I don't do it on all of them. I kind of pick and choose certain ones that I really want to sell. Then I will put my numbers on them. Any of the flyers, sometimes I do a lot of the flyers on Canva. So sometimes I'll put them on there too. I put them on the ones that I really want to sell. Any of the other ones that are just kind of, like, hey, whatever, I usually don't put it on there. But it's your choice. Like I said, it just kind of shows your credentials or gives you a little bit more credibility if you have it. Okay, so I think I am done with this one. So I am posting that on Facebook. And then right here, it's going to say chat directly with customers. I always add the message button. And then right here, this is where you could, if you wanted to, like you could create this whole post. And then if you wanted to, you could schedule it from your Made a Business suite. You can schedule it to post later or tomorrow or later on in the week. But I usually, if I'm gonna do a mock booking, I usually try to post it like right then, unless I do schedule it out a little bit. If I happen to, you know, say like a couple weeks ago, if I was doing something for spring break, then I may post it a little bit later, closer to spring break. So it's just a matter of how you want to post your stuff. Oh yeah, I did actually. Usually around April and May is when I start coming up with my like winter getaways. And I'll start posting those because I kind of want them to give them enough time. So I try to do like anywhere from maybe, I want to say like 6 months out for major holidays. Because like Christmas in Colorado, oh my God, I would love to do that myself. Me personally, I am trying to work it in on my bucket list somewhere. It's on my bucket list. I want to spend Christmas in New York City. I know with all the craziness right now or whatever, but it's always been a dream to see the tree lighting and actually skate in Rockefeller Center and the whole thing, and then be there for New Year's when they do the whole. But the way I want to do it, because I know how cold New York gets at that time. So I'm trying to find it where I can book far enough in advance, because for those things you have to book far enough in advance because you know they're always booked up. So I'm trying to figure out when I can do it, but I want to get like a hotel room that is just like overlooking the whole strip, so I don't even have to leave my room. I can open up my big old window or something and just watch everything right there from the comfort of my room and eat my popcorn and then go skate around the tree. That's all I want to do. But yeah, so I do like I said, in the next month or two, I'll start doing mock bookings for winter getaways. Christmas cruises, especially with Disney, I start posting, you know, getting people in, hey, you want to go on a Disney cruise for Christmas, that kind of thing. Yeah, I agree, Kendra. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say I don't want to be in the mass crowd, but I would love to see it. So, and not from my TV. Like I actually want to be there. I just don't want to be in it. So yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'm gonna find me a balcony or like a room that's like right there on the strip. I'll let you guys know. We can do a whole group thing. We'll just make it like one big holiday, whatever, and we'll get like a penthouse somewhere up in Trump Tower, or I don't know, whatever one's down there. Four Seasons, I forget, Plaza, I forget. All right, guys. And then I just want, sorry, I'm a little over on time. I get that. So right here, this is just where you're going to have a mark on my computer. So if you want to share it into groups, you would just go here and if they allow you to do that. There are quite a few groups that don't let you do that. If it doesn't let you share it from your page into their group, even though you're a part of their group, then all I would do is I would come to this post right here and I just copy all of this. Oops. I don't copy my hashtags, like I said, because sometimes when you try to paste those, they go a little haywire. So I'm just going to copy all of that, and then I can go specifically to a group. Like I'm just clicking on one over here. Hopefully it'll work. There we go. This is a pretty open one, so I don't mind sharing in this one. And then I'm just going to go and like I'm doing the post all over again, and then I'm going to paste it there. And then all I have to do is come down here, add my photos because I've already got them saved. So I'm going to click there, and I'm just going to do like I did before. You can do it this way too, if you highlight them. And you can open them all at one time. And there's that. And then I always put my hashtags back in again, if it's gonna let me. And once you've done it a couple times, see, it already pops up there. So I don't even have to try to come up with them again. They're already there. Travel. Oh, and Cancun. And that's it. And then I'm going to hit post, and now it's shared in that group. Which certifications are you talking about, Carlos? Are you talking about the Florida numbers and stuff? Those are going to be, okay, those are going to be in your travel back office. When you go, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I'm not trying to rush, but I kind of am, just because I know, I think Sierra's got a Zoom coming up soon on this too. But if you go to, come on, go to your back office, and I'm going to try to show you real quick if it's going to cooperate. Come on. Come on. And I believe it might be your travel cafe. Yep. Okay. So it's going to be in your travel cafe. So if you go to travel cafe, any day now, come on. Maybe. Of course. Well, if you could, if it would let me, if you go to your travel cafe, over on the side where it tells you, it should say business cards, might be under media. I can't remember exactly which tab it is, but over on the side, if you scroll down, I think it's under business cards, and it tells you what the requirements are. It's listed. All the numbers are listed for your business card requirements. So all those numbers are going to be, that's your certification. That's your licensed, certifiable, like bonded. Okay, awesome. If you can't find it, let me know, and I will see if I can get my travel cafe to work. But yeah, it should be in there, and it's under requirements for your business cards. All right, and on that note, I'm going to stop my share. Stop share. Guess I can stop the recording now.